The Joint Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives on the Electoral Matters is to determine how the Inec will fund its budget for the 2019 elections.
Now, this was the consensus among the legislators at the end of a closed-door meeting with the Budget and National Planning Minister Udo Udoma and Inec Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud. The lawmakers had invited both government officials for clarification of grey areas in the budget proposal submitted by President Muhammadu Buhari. The parliamentarians say they are ready to fast-track work on the document and not play politics with the questions and inquiries being made. Presidential aide Itai Enang also appeared before the committee with an appeal for the consideration and passage of the budgets of all security agencies that will be part of the 2019 election.
The issue in contention is we have a letter from Mr. President requesting for supplementary budget. And what we have is a budget of 143 billion, 512 million, 529,000. But at the same time, there's another 45 billion. When you put the 143 and 45 billion, it gives us the 189 billion. So there is no confusion in it. Inec did the right thing. The president sent his letter. So there's no confusion when the other Inec is sending a different thing. Inec sent exactly the same thing, but it is the sources of funding that became a problem.
The amount that Inec asked for is 189 billion. That is what they asked for. When Mr. President considered the funding constraints, we now try, the budget office now looked through that budget and said, okay, are there aspects of this budget which they are not actually going to spend in 2018, which they're going to spend in 2019, between January and February 2019? And those elements were put for the 2019 budget.
189.2 billion naira for the 2019 elections. And that is exactly the amount Mr. President has requested the National Assembly to appropriate.
I just wanted to raise a question whether the other budgets, National Security Advisor, DSS, the police and all that, have no questions and it will be passed along with the budget of Inec, or it will be considered later by your committee, or it will be considered by another committee. Because if we pass the budget of Inec now, and we do not pass the budget of all these other agencies, which are election-related budgets, I think we'll still have a problem. So
we have had enough explanations from the minister, and we are convinced about what Mr. President has requested.